Hello, signing on for the first and probably last time. I'm Alabaster Gypsum, reporting live from Detroit.
And I'm Johnny Dreamcloud, and I'm taking his job. And this is BBC News, American branch.
So Johnny, tonight's hot topic, Yangtze River.
Yeah, I had a nice vacation there in '94. Couldn't swim in the river, though, due to its extreme pollution. We had to stay in a cramped hotel room for the whole time, while I was being yelled at by my mother-in-law. But the souvenirs were nice.
Wow! I'm with your mother-in-law on that one. You know, people used to get sacrificed in ancient times in that river.
That's not very romantic.
IKR!
Oh! Ooh.
This river is the longest river in Asia, and the third longest in the world.
This river is so old, it meanders all willy-nilly.
The Yangtze River would fertilize on two banks. The Chinese would grow a lot of rice. 95% of the ancient rice cultivation sites are located. The Chinese ancestors were the first to master the rice planting techniques 18,000 years ago. The land near the Yangtze River is known as the land of fish and rice.
The Yangtze River is great for transportation, for imports and exports. But when traveling on the Yangtze River was not easy. There were some places in the river where it was very rocky and boats had to be rowed through the dangerous parts. Between June and September, the traffic increases and the winds aren't strong enough for the junks to sail against the water. The first feature of civilization is social structure. This is the hierarchy of a civilization. For example, a king is higher than a serf in a feudal civilization. Public works is a big part of a civilization. It is the works done by the people for the people. Religion is the next feature of a civilization. It is the set of beliefs of a civilization, usually formed a holiday or holidays. The next feature of civilization is government. The government is part of a civilization that makes laws and enforces them. The fifth feature of civilization is writing, which symbols and signs put together to make new words. Culture is one of the most important features. It is the way of life of people and all of their creative expressions and entertainment. Lastly, the main feature of a civilization is job specialization. It is the result of food surplus, and job specialization is when people are no longer needed to grow food, so they find different jobs to do for civilization.
In the civilization of the Yangtze people along the Yangtze River, there is evidence of features of civilization. For example, a rich and elite people of the civilization were the only ones to be buried with fine silks and jade, while the poor people were buried with none of these things. This is evidence of social structure. Also, their pottery and artwork were often had a touty design, which is the design of a monster. This is evidence of civilization culture. Neolithic altars have been excavated from the civilization, showing that these people took much care of religion, which is another feature of civilization. The Yangtze people were extremely advanced at crafting jade. They advanced in jade crafting technology to a point where they were the best of the time. There were 61 types of Yangtze culture jades of various sizes. The Yangtze even crafted kinds of optical devices, much like the magnifying glasses of today, to be able to work with on fine details of a jade sculpture. Paired with these ancient magnifying were diamond-tipped scribing tools to make sure the details they could see could be made on solid jade, and to make sure that these works of jade art were not stolen out of tombs of their own. The Yangtze built slab tombs, which could even protect the art from the forces of time.
Alright, call it in the air.
Heads.
Ugh, it's heads. China, here I come.
Don't forget your yellow fever injections.
Who are you, my mother?
Am I good? Am I good? Thanks, Pablo. Alright, here on the scene at the Yangtze River, here I'm interviewing Song Xiaoru, a local living along the river. Ni hao. So, how has the Three Gorges Dam affected you?
吹得我们遗憾不好运的英雄，我们把人家因为存在。
The dam has some positive effects, right?
是的，因为它也给上高原，是水引ban在我们去不同的地方。
So, how is the state of the Baidi Temple?
是对发配不好，因为人不愿理它，也没有办法送天来。为林也被影响，因为污染很大。
So, your country is buying less fossil fuels because of the dam, right?
是的，因为它为了吸黑化的我们很大很多事。
Alrighty, well, see ya.
再见。
Oh, I'm here with Dr. Oxbow from the CRP, Chinese River Patrol. Dr. Oxbow,
My friends call me Oxy.
what are the some environmental concerns for this river?
Well, the Yangtze River floods real badly. Three Gorges Dam helps a great deal, but it cannot control water levels down the river. The drainage area is 1.8 million kilometers, being the 19% cultivatable land.
19%.
This is sometimes a great thing or a horrible thing. There is a great resource of water and many crops are growing like crazy, and this is great for export. But sometimes the river can overflow and there can be a lot of damage to towns and crops.
So, how do these people cope with the floodings?
People can't really predict when the floods will happen, but as a precaution, authorities in East China's Anhui province decided to blast a leaking dike on a swollen branch of the Yangtze River to prevent floodwaters from getting into villages.
That is fascinating. How is the water quality in the Yangtze?
Turbidity is one of the worst problems with our river. The Yangtze River is extremely polluted and full of undrinkable, sometimes toxic, water in some sections. Due to this pollution, the river's color is brown and yellow with all mud and pollutants. Yuck. Water from urban sources or groundwater inflows can change the reading. There is a lot of bacteria in the river. Bacteria is measured in streams to see if it is safe to drink, although it is most likely won't be. Flooding can cause bacteria readings to increase. If the lake is dirty, crayfish and worms live in dirty water. This is measured to see how healthy the water is.
I'm sorry. I just had one of my attacks.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Alright, are you
Alright.
sure?
Yeah. Are you getting this, Ernie? Alright. Let's continue the interview.
Turbidity is measured with a simple water sample.
Then shake the sample in a bottle well before analysis. The sample is simply poured into a glass tube, placed inside the instrument with a reference solution, and the result is read directly from the instrument. That's simple.
Now there you have it, from a real live scientist.
So I thought my cat was balding,
Really?
but then I realized, hey, this is a hypoallergenic
Yeah,
cat.
I know. Because you know what? When I said
Alabaster. I think we're filming.
No. An interesting documentary at that.
Yes, indeed. Are you hearing me when I say a good fraction of China's imports and exports come through that river?
I am. Now, an interesting factoid. Do you remember when we talked about how the river is so polluted?
Yeah, I guess I smelled it, but I didn't really think too hard about it. That Three Gorges Dam sure is a political doozy. What with its environmental effects and all.
Entire species have gone extinct because of it. But it does bring power to the entire area.
True that, but do realize that it is a steep price to pay.
True that. So, is the dam a good thing or bad?
You decide.